This morning, 21-year-old Otto Warmbier is behind bars in North Korea, sentenced to 15 years in a North Korean prison with hard labor. A visibly shaken Warmbier paraded before cameras, speaking at his trial Wednesday, which only lasted 1 hour.
I was used and manipulated. Please, act to save me. Please save my life.
Now, this is a very twisted story of a man named Otto Warmbier, who was a 21-year-old student out of Virginia who went on a guided tour to North Korea, which is fine. But in North Korea, he ended up doing something that he was not supposed to. In the video, we can see him taking down part of a sign in one of the areas where the tourists are not supposed to be at, which he should have known better. He took the sign down, and days later he ends up fighting for his life, pleading his case that he should not be sentenced to the 15 years in North Korean prison doing hard labor. Now, for context, this happened back in December of 2015, and a few weeks later, as he was attempting to leave and depart Pyongyang airport, he was arrested, taken back to North Korea where he was standing trial, and this is what he had to say. Thereafter, he was swiftly tried in a 1-hour sham trial, which a lot of people are saying, in which he was guilty and had to do 15 years of hard labor in North Korea. The most chilling part of the story is a few weeks after his sentencing and having to do the hard labor, he actually falls into a coma, in which North Korea claims it was due to botulism and sleeping pills. However, the U.S. swiftly denied those allegations. And after another 17 grueling months of being in a coma under North Korean control, he was repatriated and then given back to the United States of America, where the story gets even crazier. 6 days later, after arriving to the United States, he ended up actually passing due to severe brain damage, likely due to oxygen deprivation, where the brain's not getting oxygen and it ends up just taking severe damage, and ultimately the rest is history. Eventually, a U.S. federal court ruled that North Korea was responsible for his torture and ultimate passing and awarded his family $500 million. Those sources are saying it's unclear whether or not that will actually be paid. All in all, it shows that when you are going abroad, when you are traveling abroad, I'm not sure if he was doing some type of prank or some type of just feeling he had the privileges, the same privileges that he had in the United States abroad. You have to, especially if you're going to North Korea where Kim Jong-un is not playing, you have to go by the book. You cannot think that you're just free to just do things as you normally would. Yeah, maybe somewhere you go to Cancun or you go to Japan, but when you're talking about North Korea or Russia or these extremely crazy countries, you have to go as if you are pretty much a prisoner, because that is essentially what you are. And if you do anything outside the book, then you pretty much will be a prisoner in his case. And it's very sad, but it is an important lesson that we all need to know. Shortly after this ends smartly, the U.S. put a travel ban on all Americans going to North Korea, which makes sense. Why are we even attempting to go to North Korea and be a journalist or have fun or what? It's just not where you want to go. It's just too crazy. Anyways, let me know down below in the comments what you guys would have done in his situation. It's just a sad state of affairs to see. And it just goes to show that depending on where you're at in the world, you really don't have the same privileges, and you have to be aware. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there.